Okay, splainer video number 3. This is back to the ham bands. I sent over this chart in a PDF or link to it. It's very handy because it shows you the different ham bands that I talked about in the first video. But this chart gives you the exact frequencies, which some of the tests, sometimes they used to ask test questions about what frequencies you could use. And this shows you where the different licenses can go. So of course you're looking for, the first test is the T for technician. You can see up at the top, they got E for extra, A for advanced, G for general, T for tech, N for novice. The only 3 current licenses are tech, general, and advanced, and extra, general, tech. Advanced and novice still exist. People who had those licenses from before can still renew them, but they're not giving those anymore. So the 3 that you can take a test on today is tech, general, and extra. So the color coding, you can see up above here in the key, talks about different things, RTTY, data, phone, and image. We'll just go on a couple of these. RTTY, data, kind of the same thing, digitally kind of stuff. Phone means talking, like we were talking on the microphone. That's phone, or single sideband. Image, yes, you can send pictures. That's, again, not done a lot by folks. And so on. Morse code only, they have a special little symbol for. There's certain parts of the bands you can only do Morse code. You can pretty much legally do Morse code anywhere, but there's certain bands certain parts of the bands where you can only do that, and so on. So we'll kind of step through this. These are a couple of the bands I didn't talk about. 2200 meter band, very few people do that. Very, very low frequency, very difficult to do the equipment and the antennas. 630 meters, not quite as hard, but still pretty hard. And notice these are EAG, extra advanced general, extra advanced general. Technicians can't do this. 160, one of my favorite bands, very good at nighttime. But again, extra advanced and general, not a band the techs can play on. So we continue on. 80 meters. They did finally give the techs a little bit of space. Down here, you see novice and tech at the very bottom at 3.525 to 3.6 CW Morse code only. So you can get on 80 meters, but only Morse code. These bands, this is the 60 meter band, which actually has 5 channels. It's the only band like this that has channelized operation. And again, notice extra advanced general, so no techs. Not a big deal. I don't use this band a lot either. 40 meters is a very popular band because it can go worldwide at night, and during the day it's more of a local, just in the US. And again, notice that the novice and techs have a CW portion, and let's see where they put this in here from. I think it's at 7.75 up to 7.1. Oh no, I should look at the bottom. 025 to 125. There it is. So it's 100 from 025 to 125, 100 kilohertz. Nice chunk of band for Morse code only. But notice that, let's see, what's the red up here? Other people can probably be doing data and stuff. But the tech can only do code on that band, and only 200 watts. So notice a little power limit, same over here, 200 watts. Once you get out of a tech, then you can go full power. Full power for hams is 1500 watts PEP, which is peak envelope power. This is an 800 watt PEP amp, so about half power. And hams can go all the way to 1500, but the techs, they limit to 200. 30 meter band, again, extra advanced general, so you can't go there. This one is Morse code and data only, so that must be that color code, but yeah, there's no phone, no talking. On 30 meters, and everybody is limited to 200 watts. Not, again, doesn't matter to the tech, but Everyone's limited to 200 watts on 30 meters. That's just by international treaty. They don't want too much power there. 20-meter band, no techs, EAG only, this is a very good, probably the #1 for working around the world. So it's always good to get to your general or your extra because you want to get to 20 meters. 17 meters, also a good band for DX, which DX, by the way, is working long distance. DX means distance. Also for extra, advanced, and general. So again, no techs. Techs don't get a lot. That's why they try and encourage you to upgrade. But it's a good place to start. This is a good band, 15 meters. Novice and techs get a chunk here from 21025 to 21.2. Morse code only. So if you're going to learn Morse code, you don't have to learn Morse code. It's not required. You don't have to take a test anymore. But if you know how to do Morse code, this is a very good band for long distance communication. I used to love this when I was a novice back in the day. This was an awesome band for talking all over the world on code, and I did that when I was good at code. 12-meter band, again, only for extras, advanced, and generals. That's a fun band too. 10 meters, the one we were using the other night to talk to Russia and Japan. Definitely about every 11 years when the sunspot cycle goes up, this band opens up and you can talk around the world. So notice here again, the novice and techs, they get a chunk here. You get from 28 to 28.3. You can do Morse code, and I believe the red, you can do some data. Let's see, red, RTTY and data. We'll talk about what that data might be. There is a mode where the computer does the talking. So instead of your voice doing the talking into the radio, the computer does some squawking. So computers can talk to the computers. I don't particularly like it. It's very popular. Can show it to you sometime. But anyway, so text can do that. That's the one place text can start doing that. And then, of course, you can do Morse code. And then up here, 28.3 to 28.5, you can actually do voice. So you can do phone at 200 watts. 200 watt limit. Other people can be in there at 1500 watts, but the novice and techs can only be at 200 watts on 10 meters. But right now, 10 meters is exciting, so that's a really good spot to have as a tech. Okay, and then there's the VHF and on up bands, 6 meters. Techs get the whole thing with everybody else. Okay, 6 meters though is not open that often. It's not something you can jump on every day and find people to talk to. Mostly people are doing that data thing where the computers talk on this band. 2 meters, what we're using to talk up to the space station, and you can talk, across the country. Techs get all of it. So techs get all this stuff up here. This is a very rare band, 1.25 meter, 222 megahertz. There's not a lot of equipment for it. There's not a lot of folks to talk to, but again, techs have it all. And up here, by the way, techs can even go full power. So notice only the novice has a power limit. The techs and everybody else, you're at full power up here if you want. It can be dangerous. 70 centimeter, I showed you on the other radio, up there at 420 to 440 megahertz, I believe is the limit. Techs, again, get everything. There's another band up here, 902 megahertz. Get all of that. 23 centimeters, 1.2 gigahertz. And then it keeps going up. There's a ham band up at 2.4 gigahertz. There's a ham band at 10 gigahertz, 47 gigahertz. There's a bunch of ham bands up there that very few people know about and use. Oh, here they are. Here's the list of them at the bottom of the chart. Lots of bands. Again, pretty exotic kind of stuff. But guys do have little microwave dishes, and they do talk like from mountaintop to mountaintop. Anyway, so the chart shows you that the technician basically gets mainly the VHF, UHF frequencies to begin with, but the couple of allocations, like at 10 meters, is very cool to get into worldwide communications. And again, 15 meters, 40 and 80 on CW, Morse code, if you can learn how to do that. So anyway, this chart is very handy to tell you where you can and cannot operate as a technician. Okay, there you have it, another 10-minute video. Hope it helps.